Hello, see you again. This is Tina. My channel name is called Miss XING, and this is our third video about this bin validation coding step by step. And in this video, I'm gonna to add bin validation annotation and also do other corresponding changes to fulfill our requirements. So first, let's take a look at our requirement inside this page. And so we have two validation error page, and we go through one by one, then we'll add the annotation, okay? So the first is username, and we have a size which between 2 and 30. To do that, this version, I will not using externalized properties file to display message. I'll just hard code it in the annotation, okay? So the first one is size, minimum is 2, maximum is 30, and you give a message, like what's the message here? Size of name must be lie between, okay? Size of the name must be lie between 2 and 60. And here, IntelliJ give you an error which say cannot resolve symbol size, which means there's no place, okay? There's no, it cannot find this size annotation in current dependency or JAWS. So because we are missing a dependency in the POM file, which is hibernate-validator. Hibernate-validator. Okay, if it can resolve automatically. Does it have? Oh my god. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, if not, then we will go to the Maven. Doesn't resolve. So I also couldn't remember exactly the version, so I'm gonna go to the Chrome and the final one, okay? Final one, which is let me make it larger. Okay. Hibernate validator Maven dependency. And gonna using the latest version. This one seems is the latest version. We're using this one. Oh, don't we have? Oh, here. Oh, all of them should be lowercase. I'm using the capital case. All of them should be lowercase, then you can find. So if you want to see if it resolved successfully or not, you can click this Maven here, and you go down and go to dependencies. You will see here the hibernate validator is added successfully. And now let's go back to the user, and you can auto insert, auto enter, okay, to import this one size, right? So we can continue now. Continue next one. Next one is this one. What's this one? What is here? And email must have value. I also have a street must have value, and I also have age, birthday, and zip code is a required field. I'm gonna do is for all the must have value, we're gonna using not empty or not blank because they are string type, right? And for the age, birthday, I'm gonna using not none. So here I'm gonna using not this one is string, right? Let's use not blank. Okay, string email is not blank. I'm gonna have email is cannot must have value, right? Must have value. Message email must have a value. Okay, I'm gonna copy this one. And then age is a required field. Age is not none, which is message. Age is must have, no, is a required field. Okay. And for the birthday, you also have a not none, which means birth date or birthday. Let me check. Okay, birthday. Okay, birthday is a required field. You have to give a message. And then we can cover row. Row is not blank. Okay, here you can see this one is crossed. When you see crossed, means it's deprecated, because we are using hibernate-validator version is 6. In the 6, it's gonna do the implementation according to Beam 2.0. Beam 2.0 define this not blank. That's the reason this one is deprecated in the latest version. If you're using hibernate validator version is 5.4, then you must choose not blank one, because in Java X validation constraint there's no not blank. If you still don't understand, you can go to my there's one video is talking about validation intro. You can take a look at that one. Okay. Then this one is a message, which will give row must have a value, and we also will do the cascading validation on the address, right? So on the address, let's take a look at. On the address, you have a street must have value, and zip code is required, and this one is a size. Okay, size of state. Okay, so we go back and go inside address. Okay, if you don't add a valid, even though you add a validation annotation on the address, it won't check. Okay, you must add a valid here, address, and here we will add not blank, and a message street must have a value, right? And another one, this one not a size, and you will give minimum is 2 and maximum is 2. Then you give message size of state must be 2, and you will have another which is not none, and you will give a message like zip code is a required field, right? So we done the annotation for the first part, and we also need to take a look at the second part. Second part, this one, to make sure your email is an email, so we have to add an email on here, email, and you can give a message email must follow the format something at something. Okay, what others? This one age, I remember it has an annotation called the minimum on the integer minimum. Okay, and you can give a value is 18, and then you can give a message which is age must be greater or equal to 18, must be greater or equal to 18. Okay, and next one, this one, data formatter and the integer, they are actually is a type mismatch. For these two, currently in my mind is I can only remember how to do using the properties files. So in next video, I'm gonna show you how to configure for these two, okay? Next one, we already finished all the error messages, which is other annotations here. And next step is you have to change your controller to make sure those annotations are active, are being invoked by the Spring. How to do that is in the post method, you add a valid. Not a binding fields, okay? When you add a valid here, Spring will, after the data binding is done successfully, data binding is doing by calling the set method, okay? And then valid will call get method. Valid will trigger all the bin validation, and bin validation gonna trigger using the get method to retrieve value, then to check the constraints, okay? And here we have another thing is after we add a valid, we have to check. If it failed, we have to return back to the user form, right? And if it is success, then pass all the validation rules, we will go to the data page. So here you have to do is add a binding result. Result. And here, binding result must to be immediately configured after this model attribute. If you add something between this user and binding result, it won't work. When I talk about controller methods, return type and arguments, I talked a lot of things. You can actually be a controller method arguments, right? Most of them, they don't have an order. You can put a model, you can put the redirect attributes, then you can also put the redirect attributes model. They don't have order. But for the binding result, you must make sure it immediately after this model attribute. Otherwise, it doesn't work, okay? So here we have to add a condition. If in the result there has any errors, it will return true or false. You have to return to where? To this US user form, okay? Goes back to the form, okay? Otherwise, you save to a DB, you display the details. Next step we have to do is we go to user form, and here we have to add the validation error, right? And that's the benefit you gain when using form, okay? How to add it? I just add it here, okay? Using form errors, then you give a path, and path, when you give name, it will retrieve the error message for name fields, exactly like you configure for others. Suppose for email, let me just copy paste, okay? We're using form, you can do is form errors, let me copy this one, form errors. You give path is email. Same thing for this one, birthday and age, and the row, and also for this street and state and the zip code. Zip code is here. Now I have to change the path. This display birthday path, you have to using this birthday. To display age, then using age. To display the error message for the row, you're using row. Okay. To display for the street, you're using ADDR street here. You also using ADDR street here. Exactly the same. Okay. Okay, and the next one is here, and we have all the settings done. We change the bin, add the bin validation annotation. The first step is you should suppose add a dependency, okay, to make sure those bin validation are working. Second step, you add the bin annotation, okay. Then next step is to make sure in your controller post mapping method add valid, then add binding result. Then if you have a condition checking here, which has errors, goes back to the user form, which is the user form page. In the user form page, you display the error messages. And if you want to display all the error messages, which is not required in the question, you can using asterisk. Asterisk means display all the messages, and those are displayed each field message. Okay, so let me redeploy. Okay, everything is done, and now I have to go back to the browser to show you the behavior. So first I have to find the URL. Okay, how to find? Edit, and this is URL. Okay, and to access the URL form, you have to using user add. Go back, user / add. This is the form page. Then you can, suppose I don't give any values, click add. Okay, click add. You will see this is all the error messages. Okay, and you can give a special style, like a color is red. Okay, color is red. Do I do that? I will do next. I will do later. Okay, but here actually has something doesn't work. Let me show you one more time. Okay. This is a form page, and on the row you can see DBA admin. But when I click add, okay, this is display all the error messages. This is display each message, right? But when you click here, you don't have admin, you don't have a DBA now. Okay, that's a problem you have to solve and you have to keep in your mind. So first thing I'm gonna change is make those to be color is red, and then I'm gonna fix this one. Okay, so go back. How to fix? Yes, because in the get mapping you have here, then you add the rows in the model, right? But when you post and post you return to a form, here you didn't add. You have many ways to solve that. You can copy this one and paste here. Okay, you can copy this one, paste here. The other one, yes, you can do like this way. I think you already populate rows, and here you return this row map, right? And you have to do add what here? Add what? Add model attribute. Then you give a key. What's the key here I used before, which is the rows, right? And when you add this one, before going here, you will call add a row in the request scope, and the same thing for here. So you don't need to change the other code. Okay, you can also have other ways. It's your own choice. Okay, it's your own choice. Okay. So now let me change another one, which is add the styles. I don't want to go through a lot of troubles, so I just start using a CSS style. Okay, I can do another one. Okay, see here. Style. I define class called the arrow message, or you can call arrow, which the color is red. Okay, then here I will using CSS class using arrow. Okay, then here I will go add arrow, add arrow, add arrow for all of them. And now let me redeploy and see if everything works as expected. Okay. Okay, deployed successfully. Let's switch back to the controller, and I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy. I don't want to refresh because refresh gonna Oh, this one want to submit. Let me refresh. Okay. Go to add, and now I click this one. You will see all the words are red. Oh, this one I forgot to add. Okay. Then select, you can also see DBA and admin solve the problems. Okay, and now let's go back to the requirement, and we add some information like this. See if I can get this email, and get this must be greater than 18. Okay, goes back to, I give a Tina, I give an email address. Actually, I'm not an email address. Okay, I give a birthday, I give a age is 10. Okay, I select a row and I give a street and I give a Fairfield. This one give a 5. This one. Okay, now then click. Oh my God, it have exception. Oh, this is not I expected, but we can probably fix that for this one. Oh, I see. Do you see this one? Failed to convert type to a local date because this one type mismatch I haven't configured. Local date minimum and hours. Okay, let's go back. What did I put? The 01022000. What did I configure inside the domain model? We can debug a little bit. mm-DD-yyyy. So what's the problem? Let me click one more time. Okay, why it has errors? Now I'm a little bit confused. Okay, it's unsupported field, unsupported time temporal, failed to convert type, not known, local data to type string from next root, unsupported field, minimum and hours. Let me search for the date time format. Okay, date time format, Spring 4 or 5. I think it's both are fine. This is a little bit confused to me. Why it doesn't work? Very interesting. It worked for my other. You can give a string, then you can give a pattern. Why it doesn't work? This one, date format, pattern, data time format, pattern. Oh, I might know the reason. Okay, it shouldn't be. Data time format. What another thing I can do is do this one and Google search. Okay, see. Ah, I got it. You know why? If I put, let me show you. If I put a data here, it should work. Okay, let's try. Okay, then I will tell you the reason. Okay, let's do the insert, and we do getter status. Okay, getter status, and let me redeploy. If my knowledge is not in my knowledge, if I have some expectation how it works, so let's test. Okay, so I'm go here, I'm go back, I will click add, and then I'll type the same, exactly same thing I typed before. Okay, see here, exactly same thing I typed before. Select a row, and one has date, and this one, add. It works perfectly. Now let me show you why it doesn't work. because before Java 8, when using date actually will contain the date and the time, okay? But just now, when we start the application, I changed this one to be LocalDate, right? I changed this one to be LocalDate. LocalDate in Java 7, I think, it only contains the date. But in my datetime formatter, I using date-time formatter, which means it's using for date and time. But LocalDate is only for date. Got it? So here I cannot using date-time formatter. I have to using, let me see, to have a date. It doesn't have a, its own, Hibernate doesn't have a date formatter. Then we cannot using LocalDate here. Okay, we cannot using LocalDate because it doesn't have a date formatter. You either have to create our own formatter. Unfortunately, that is support for data formatter. How about in next video, I will teach you how to create a date formatter, so it works on this LocalDate. But for now, I will change to be using date. Sorry guys. I also don't know this one actually. I will change to using date instead of using LocalDate. That's a surprise. Okay. When you're coding from scratch, you will get lots of surprise. Okay, I will add the date. Get status, this one, and let's run one more time. Okay, and now let's go back and let's try one more time. Okay, and here Tina, email, birthday, age, role, and the street, state, and Fairfield. And you will see the email must follow the email. Okay, age must be greater than 18. Let me using 19, and state must be 2. Let's using state is IA. Okay, so add, everything is successful, and you will see everything displayed here. So that's it for this video, and next video I'm gonna show you how to make those messages. Okay, where am I? I will make you to configure those messages in the domain model. I will teach you how to configure those messages to inside a externalized properties file. Okay, that's it. And hope you don't mind about the arrow thrown. That was totally a surprise to me. And hope you enjoy the video and gain more and more knowledge on how to program using Spring MVC, and hope you like Spring MVC. If you have any question, please leave a comment, and you can also go to the description to download the source code. Okay, thank you. See you next time.